2 and 3 wide racing is not out of the ordinary when you come to Atlanta Motorspeedway and the Camping World Truck Series. Welcome to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series American Commercial Lines 200 on speed.
We're also going to ride along with Colin Braun in the Ford onboard camera. Colin looking to improve on his career best of 3rd last year at Kansas. He will start up in the top 10. Momentum. He had a great run at California a couple of weeks ago, looking to get by the 6th of Colin Braun to take over the 4th spot. Chad has a great run going. He was awfully happy with the truck. We talked to him yesterday during practice. We talked to him today during qualifying. Just glowing terms about this truck. And Ray, what's going on with that 6th truck of Colin Braun?
Well, the first couple laps, Phil, he ran with the tire blowers on, the bead blowers, but he said he just didn't feel like temperatures were coming up. So he said the truck is better with the fans off. So he shut both the front fans off. So we'll see how quickly that tire pressure builds up. The temperature is starting to warm up here at Atlanta right now in the low 70s.
There's a good side-by-side battle right there. Todd Bodine moved to the inside of Colin Braun to take over that 6th spot.
Takes it away from Colin Braun as we're riding on board with the Ford onboard.
We were watching yesterday in practice and in qualifying, and we heard all these trucks running just about wide open. Not anymore. It was a race off pit road. This is what's going to indicate who will restart this race up front. Brett Raymer, who is a lap down, is actually the 1st truck. And then here comes Colin Braun, that 6th truck. He will win the race off pit road. Looks like the 30 of Todd Bodine may have been 2nd.
Just on his outside was the 88.
Matt Crafton right in there, and then Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Almost 3 wide there for the race off pit road. And there comes maybe 4 wide.
All that traffic out there, the spotters and the crew chiefs really busy giving instructions to all these drivers. And we did have a lead change up there. The 30 and the 6 got out ahead of the 2 and the 51.
Green flag back in the air. Colin Braun brings him to it. Looks like J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 7 not up to speed as quickly.
Remember, he made that unscheduled pit stop, put tires on, then came in during the caution for fuel, and so he is out there without as fresh of tires as just about everybody else.
Look at these guys. They get with it in a hurry, don't they?
Yeah, Kyle Busch went right to the top of the racetrack.
Kyle Busch again chasing Colin Braun, as well as Matt Crafton and Todd Bodine there in front of him.
The truck side by side right in front of Kevin Harvick. Kevin's trying to work his way through that traffic to chase down Kyle Busch.
And Colin Braun is our leader in the Conway Freight Ford F-150.
We saw Kyle Busch jump on Kevin Harvick on the outside early on the 2nd lap. He got around Harvick on the outside, and look, he's up going to work on the guys up front now on the outside. Todd Bodine to the bottom.
Todd Bodine takes away the lead from Colin Braun. A new sponsor on the hood. And rejuvenated Todd Bodine taking the point.
And behind him, Colin Braun in that Conway Ford. Now, this is the exact same truck that Eric Darnell used to win a year ago at Michigan. They took it from the 99 team and turned it into a number 6 truck. Adam?
Looks like it met the trailing arms or something on that truck. There's a 6th of Colin Braun. He gets in the back of Ricky going in the corner, turns Ricky around. Ricky's trying to keep that truck off the racetrack, trying to bring it back down to the apron. Chad McCumbee does a great job getting by. Look at Rick Crawford. Look at the job he does avoiding them. But unfortunately, Dennis Setzer had absolutely nowhere to go.
Setzer couldn't see through Crawford's truck. Setzer had no idea that Ricky was sitting there. You can see, watch Rick. He just gets on the brakes and was able to avoid the Ford, but then right into the back of Crawford came Setzer.
Take a look at this. The Ford on board of Colin Braun. You see the contact there.
Stay with it here. Still offside.
Take another look.
Watch, here's the 6th of Colin Braun going to make contact with Ricky as they enter the corner. Just slight contact, just enough to turn him around. But Colin gets by on the outside.
And Ricky just was running a corner. You know, he just got run over from behind. Now, obviously, Colin didn't mean to run in there and hit him, but darn, it doesn't make Ricky's truck any better, nor does it help Dennis Setzer any. But we very rarely have green flag runs the length of what the rest of this race was when we went back to green flag racing.
As a matter of fact, never. As a matter of fact, we've never had
hardly
it.
ever. Let's go with never.
Never.
Colin Braun looking back. Mike Bliss behind him.
It's a battle for the top 10 right there. Colin Braun right now is in 10th. Mike Bliss parlayed a lucky dog earlier in the race to battle for a top 10 spot here in Curtis Key's truck. Mike Bliss will be doing double duty. He will be in the Sprint Cup race tomorrow. The Cobalt Tools 500, driving for James Finch.
3 drivers doing double duty: Bliss, Busch, and Harvick. And right now it's Harvick Craft in 1-2 in their Chevrolets out in front of the field here at Atlanta.
I like what the crew chief is saying. I want my new tires with low gas, my truck's light, and I'm going to go to town.
12 laps of racing to go. Kyle Busch takes the green flag.
Kevin Harvick jumped to the outside of his teammate Ron Hornaday and made that pass.
And look at Terry Cook going around the outside of Kyle Busch. Did that thing sputter on the get-go, Phil?
It looked like it sputtered. It looks like it's not up to speed. Now it's getting up to speed.
Here comes Colin Braun on the outside, trying to take over second from Kyle Busch.
Oh!
Kyle Busch in front of it, but it's the 6 of Colin Braun that got turned around and hard into the inside wall.
Boy, straight into that inside wall.
Wow,
just in front of this truck was the 51 of Kyle Busch. He had to have had some help getting around coming out of two.
Yeah, they got all bottled up. When Terry Cook got on the outside of Kyle Busch, he didn't get a good run off turn 2. The trucks in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Colin Braun, Brian Scott Skinner, those guys got all wadded up. And somebody got into the back of the 6 truck and sent him to the inside.
Boy, and this is really going to hurt Kevin Harvick because Kevin was back in 10th on that restart. Needed these green flag laps. Let's see what happened here. You see Kyle on the inside.
You can see how slow Cook is off the turn. Colin gets right up on the back of Terry Cook, hits him, and then bam, Brian Scott hits Brown in the back and sends him to the inside wall.
Just straight. Look at that safer barrier. Thank goodness for that safer barrier on the inside wall on the back stretch.
Even with the bad start, a huge break for Kyle Busch.
You saw what happened, Rick. Look at that truck fly up in the air. You saw the 25 truck not get a good run off too.
Yep.
The 6 of Brown ran up on the back of Terry Cook, and then the 16 of Brian Scott didn't really know what was going on. He just had it hammered down.
You see Terry wiggling there. He looks like he got a little bit loose and then seized up just a little bit. Brian Scott, really, you can't not fault him. He just touched the back of the 6 of Colin Braun, turned him around. Hard contact in the inside wall.
Let's take another look from the very start of this race.
Now check it out. I think Kyle Busch's truck stumbles, which makes me wonder, will it ever have enough gas to get to the finish?
It goes fine right there. Then all of a sudden, it just stalls right there. Terry drives around on the outside. Then the fuel picks back up in the 51 truck. He's going to drive up to the inside.
Now look at the distance. The 6 closes on the 25. He comes right up on the back of the 20, hits the 25, but then gets hit by the 16.
I'll tell you what, the 5 of Mike Skinner hit the 16 into the 6.
It's almost like maybe Terry Cook's truck may have stalled for just a second up off that corner.
Watch this.
What a hard hit.
Look at how that safer barrier spreads out that impact. It takes time. It takes and stretches out how long it takes for that truck to reach its maximum impact. And that was a great illustration of what a wonderful invention the safer barrier is.
And how about the front end of that truck? Welcome back to Atlanta Motorspeedway. A couple accidents took place today. One of those with the hardest hit had to be Colin Braun. He's standing by with Adam Alexander.
No doubt about it, Rick. Colin Braun gets the hard hit of the day award. The good news is you're okay. Take us through what happened there on the back straightaway.
Well, you know, we came in for that last pit stop, and we elected to stay out, try to make it on fuel. I think we're going to be good. And got the restart there. Got a good run on the outside, and I don't know what happened to 25 on the top. He just stopped going. And unfortunately, I got in the back of him. Really had nowhere to go for me. You know, I had 51 on the bottom and obviously the wall on the outside. And I got in the back of 25 and then just got hit from behind and turned around. So not really sure what happened, but, you know, certainly unfortunate day for the number 6 Conway Freight Ford F-150 truck.
Ray, bestest rookie of the year in 2008 as we watched the hard hit from earlier today and the pole at Daytona to start 09. And then a bunch of bad luck after that. How frustrating has the start been?
Well, it's frustrating. You know, you're running 2nd or 3rd there with 10 laps to go. And to get turned around like that's unfortunate. But, you know, it's part of racing. And, you know, I guess that's sometimes the way it goes.
Tough back-to-back weeks for Colin Braun, but he will be in Martinsville ready to go.
Remember, that's a 3,400-pound truck. And that was up in the air after hitting the wall. Again, unofficial results of today's American Commercial Lines 200. Kyle Busch with his 11th career win in the Truck Series. Kevin Harvick comes home 2nd in his first ever start in a truck at Atlanta.
To Matt Crafton just outside the top 10. TJ Bell with another good run, a top 12 finish. Taylor Mawson, our top finishing Ray Bestest rookie in 13th.
Rick Crawford making his 300th starts. Finished a lap down to the field.
Ricky Carmichael ends up with a 21st place finish after getting wrecked over in turn 1 and 2.